Hello and welcome to the Community Clan Fight Night, everybody. My name is JohnnyOmaha, and we've got a lot of great community clans here today. Week 22 in the Euro. We're on the second server. The So Popular needs 2 servers. We're on server 2, which is obviously the better server. I think. Maybe, maybe not. They're both equally good, to be honest. There's probably no... It's like 2 children. Which do you love more? Obviously, if you ask the Warriors... Allied Precise Gunmen, and HSR, which is the Hussars, judges. We'll get a quote on that here with FA Fear Academy, OMBD Old Men Bring Death, and SRR the Special Reconnaissance Regiment. Let's go ahead and get into our stream squad here. Clackety clack clack clack. Create squad. Then we will listen. We've got Warriors, APG, and HSR. Squad lead Adam Brady's for APG. Squad lead Ramped. And squad lead Popo.
Alright, APG's got the shield marks where we'll be defending an orbital defense of Grape Farm at. And I will place the defensive fob. I'll actually tell you what, I'm going to wait till you get your offensive fob up. That way I don't mess it up with the defensive fob. So as soon as you get your offensive fob up, I'll place a defensive fob.
Very interesting placement here by APG.
Roger that.
The focus really should be on Hemp Farm. This defense here looks like they're dedicating an entire squad to these shields here. We'll see kind of how it plays out. 7 seconds left on the match. Before we start, we'll spawn in, get to admin cam, and take to the skies.
Let's go, ladies. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Double time, double time.
Oh, we gotta catch this.
Winner is fucking gay, and we all know it.
We need some Katy Perry.
It is Justin Bieber, yes. I have already started reading from my notes.
So let's hope that it stays all fun and games here for the Russians on Korra V2. I love this map. It's a much better map than Korra V1, in my opinion. Korra V2 is a much more linear progression, and it's a lot easier of a map. You don't have to juggle all the points in play. And really, at the end of it all, the only thing that matters is here. We're about to get to it here. It's Hemp Farm. Insurgents.
Hey, HSR. The enemy will be there before us, I think, just before us. Do you want to take one side of the north or south, and we'll take the other one?
Yeah, we'll take northern.
Roger that.
So we'll take a look on how they're coming in here. This middle point, this Hemp Farm point, as we know from the infamous, legendary Squad League final match on this map between Ghost and the Redcoats. It was all about the Hemp Farm, and that continues to be the meta for this map. I'm interested to see, now that I should say that's on the North American side. I don't get a chance to play on the European servers enough, but I'm interested to see how that's going to work. We've got a big flank on the south from the Insurgents. We got a fire team moving in, looks like to drop an FOB, but it looks like they're going to be doing one guy's really wide. I mean, ridiculously wide. I would expect... Oh, he's trying to come in now with the rest of everybody here. Let's pull back. Make sure we're not going to miss the breach. We got the wind blowing in our ears. Insurgents coming up on the point with SRR, the Special Reconnaissance Regiment. Coming in. 5-man fire team from the east. We always see Russia kind of come in on this little riverbed here, but it looks like they're pushing much more north than usual. Maybe throwing that off. SRR officially on the point in 3, 2, One, they've crossed the threshold. They've taken their bride across the threshold. And they are officially engaged, maybe. So there they go at 1 hour, 56, 30, 40-ish. Good time for the insurgents. Russia's still coming in. Big push here from the way north. Let's take a look at how they're going to breach this point. And see if we can get down underneath this wind. So HSR, Hussars, Fear Academy engaging the squad to the northwest. Warriors kind of getting, yeah, they've got, it looks like an easy path in here to the south. We pull back a little bit and see. So HSR taking the distraction. If Warriors can push in, they're going to get on that point easy peasy. Insurgent forces capturing the insurgent checkpoint. Warrior Molamo. He's out in the river. Warriors getting on that point. Again, SSR not realizing that there's people coming in from the south. They've got all their attention is focused on that north flank. War's on the point and starting to move in nice and easy. Everybody's still up. Now these guys are caught between two opposing forces. Insurgents caught between HSR and the Warriors. Very defensive, very slower play style.
I'm marking them off. Watch out behind you.
So APG marking on the map.
Copy that.
Explosions. Big booms happening to the north there, but all these arrows are still up. SSR dug in like a tick. Russian army neutralizing hemp farm. They've got more bodies on the point. More explosions ricocheting off the wall there on that second story where SSR Colonel's taking shots from the top building there. We see the Fear Academy have lost that northern flank now, and HSR is pushing in. It seems like Russians are going to be locking down hemp farm. Oh, we got OMBD, Omen Bring Death, on an amazing firing line here on the south. While very impressive, it unfortunately isn't going to do much as far as the point is concerned. They might be able to scrape people off as they come in from the south, but as we can see, the majority of the guys are to the north, with HSR coming in from the north. Possible flank. More explosions. HSR getting on that point. Again, we're neutralized. Currently 6 kills, 4 deaths. 4 kills, 8 deaths. 8 kills now. So very defensive. I mean, the ticket count is only 296 here for the Russians. Very methodical play style. More explosions. Give me more. FA down. Looks like still just 2 SSR on the point, 3 SSR on the point.
Guys, I'm marking in the F5 area, northeast up here. We have guys near Squad 3's rally.
Roger that, we're aware of that.
Roger that.
So they're saying there's guys near the rally, but it looks like it may be a false positive there. Or they're just not rendering on my screen. With the Russians officially capturing hemp farm, the ticket bleed is now in the Russians' favor. Only 2 points remain here for the insurgents. Really, it just goes to show you that hemp farm truly is the keystone. And insurgents just don't have the manpower required on that point. They're pushing in from the south. OMBD still very well maneuvered, but it's just not on the point. So these are great maneuvers, but they can only do so much for the team as Warriors look to start to flank the OMBD. And an insurgent crew, SSR and OMBD SSR moving in from now the southeast entrance. Not too many guys for the Russians. Only 4 or 5 guys on that point now. So it doesn't take a lot to start neutralizing on the insurgents, however. They're, man, the insurgents are way, way back there now. We see a couple guys.
We got enemies coming from the riverbed on from the defense line. We're taking care of it right now.
Way behind. Let's get a general idea of where the rest of the insurgents are. So we've got them north. We've got marks on the maps back here, but we don't see anybody back there. That flank, they just couldn't get to Grape Farm fast enough. They lost Hemp, which is going to
We got
stop.
enemies in the north of the attack flag.
Which is going to stop any of that forward momentum.
I think we got a fob on the binoculars, guys.
Yeah, I put on a fob binocs there. My guy said he saw enemies flooding out of that compound.
Alright, so can we push this fob first, kill it before we try to attack the next point, or what?
So possible fob here in what used to be
I'm
Lilac
thinking,
Fields.
yeah, we could do that, but right now I don't want us to spread out too far. They're still pushing on us quite hard here.
Looks pretty
And
empty.
we're still winning on tickets right now. We're still bleeding them slowly. I have enemies shooting in on the fob location, so we need to clear this out before we can move.
Great push by insurgents. They have
Yep, we're
people
gonna
on the
push this.
point. They should be neutralizing this point momentarily. 2 minutes to neutralize.
Enemies inside the defense flag.
The call goes out for enemies inside defense. Let's see these guys. The Russians now just taking refuge in Saddam's house, which is the compound just to the west of Hemp Farm. Now, all these guys need to get onto Hemp for them to stop this cap, but I think momentarily we're going to see insurgents neutralizing Hemp Farm. Let's just give it a second. We keep an eye on our left-hand corner, upper left-hand corner. We're going to see that happen real soon. So this is where now, if they've got the momentum, they got the bodies they need, they may be able to sneak a sneaky three-man over to Grape. But Russia getting real caught here in Saddam's house. Not moving on the point, even though it was called over the radio, over squad chat, saying, hey,
Guys, we're
losing the point.
We are slowly losing Hemp
There it
Farm.
is.
Roger.
Just in case. There it is. Insurgent forces neutralizing Hemp Farm. The call went out minutes ago, and the reaction just wasn't there. Everybody's still at
Please
Saddam's house.
reinforce him, farm. APG is trying to get this fob.
Yeah, Roger, working on it.
Oh, so APG is moving in on this fob, but I
Still have
haven't
enemy
seen
movement
anybody.
north of the defense flag.
I guess there's 3 guys down there.
Pretty
Yes,
close
we
to
are
rally HSR.
So, good news, APG not dedicated. Ooh, nope, looks like they're dedicating the whole squad to that. That's where maybe a 4-man would be a little bit more prudent. So you can get split your squad into 2-man fire, or I'm sorry, 4-man fire teams, rather. Math is difficult on a Sunday. And then you get them on the point. That way you have your 4-man, each with a medic, and they can do 2 different things at the same time. 2 things at the same time, man. That's what I'd do. So Russia now getting onto the point, but we've got some insurgents to the north. Some fire exchanging. Great takedown by
East side of defense flag. Enemies
HSR.
pushing.
Flaxen goes down.
Yeah, I got a confirmed fob marker over here. Confirmed fob.
Roger. Good.
All right, so there's the fob marker, and on Lilac, which is to our south.
That's a good find. He's gonna relieve us here.
Let's do a sneaky look here. So APG moving on that. They have the fob indicator. We're going to check in on them or listen closely.
Squad 1 be advised to have enemies north of fob.
So they're digging up their own fob, maybe?
Roger, we're on it.
Now, with that many APG guys, that's where it's going to work in their favor now. Russian army neutralizing hemp farm. Bouncing between these two hot spots of activity. Oh, great push here by insurgents from the north. Let's see what's going to happen here. They're getting stuck at the half wall, though. They're taking down Russians on the roof. Fizz goes down. They're at the wall. We got our one-man wrecking crew. Old men bring death.
How's it
Flax.
going, Adam?
A lot of those arrows going from up to down, and here they come. Here comes the push. Go, 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 go. Insurgents coming through. There's a big old cluster, a medic cluster here, possibly. This is looking through the outlines here. It's a grenade party waiting to happen here. Let's see how they do. He knows there's guys over here. Von Flaxen.
HSR, you got one.
Flaxen taking shots, murdering guys to in the field there.
Cancel that. I got him. There was one enemies coming in from your northwestern side.
Insurgents,
Roger, thank you.
again, getting stuck. They're just trickling in. Fear Academy making the move. A lot of dead bodies here. 259 tickets here for the Russians. Insurgents making some very bold maneuvers.
They're popped down. They just placed a new one somewhere. We didn't get it.
Epically good. Adam, I'm thinking I want you guys on the attack for now.
So this point is neutralized at the moment. It's got to be neutralized. Yep. Which that's interesting. Oh, so yeah, they can move forward here. Adam making waypoints on the map with sword markers. Still, these insurgents dug in. Not too sure where their spawn points are at this moment. Insurgent Fortress, they're neutralizing hemp farm. They're not going down without a fight. Big Steve in the corner watching both the north entrance and the east entrance rather. Omega 1 watching the door. It's a field versus compound, so there's the fields to the south and the compound to the north here. Smoke is out.
Roger that. My guys got wiped off. I think they're over here. They're in the Lilac building, guys. I'm going to drop a fob and push here as soon as I get around it.
So it's real tricky. There's that south engagements that, man, if you just push through the center, I'll tell you what we see on the North American servers. If you just use this, you just follow the points, boop, 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 you can just steamroll it. But I think what's happening here, they're getting caught, they're getting wiped. Unfortunately, APG is adapting very well. But we're seeing Russians all going down. Some great shots here. Big Steve through the smoke. Whoa, this is going to be a fun engagement here. Shredded. SSR. Big Steve needs to look behind him. He's right behind two guys right next to each other there. Let's see if Fear Academy Haze realizes it's a buddy situation right there in the corner. The Russians don't realize. Big Steve getting shot at himself. Looks like he might be bandaging. Oh, yep, he bled out and or was shot by somebody. Those are usually the two things that happen. Haze goes down, brought by Zerwax. Which, if only Big Steve looked around, it would have been an easy two-man kill. And Haze would be up today, but hindsight's 2020. Still quite a few. 3, 4 insurgents up on the point. War. This guy coming up, this vulture takes him down. Picking at his bones. Vulture in a perfect position to just drop him. We got a permakill immediately. 2 permakills. Smoke is up, but Vulture just has that angle. And more Russians in the fields. It's like they're growing Russians in these fields. We'll throw on the cap zone indicator. You're going to see a dark yellow wireframe now that may be blocking some of your view. That's where they have to be in order to be in the cap zone and actually affect the cap on this point. Russians going to be pushing in through this doorway. Here comes a grenade right in the middle there. Boom, explosion. Down goes insurgents. Major covering the east doorway. Grenade goes up and over. Doesn't realize Vulture. Oh, goes right up and over. Holy cats. Bodies flying. And Russians now owning hemp farm. Let's take a sneaky peek and see APG. Whoa, very, very wide. Oh, super wide flank of APG. Must be dropping another fob, possibly. Like a backup. A backup to the backup fob. When really they're ready to go on this point. No defense here by insurgents. Should be easy. Russian army neutralizing hemp farm. But insurgents, I was just catching a glimpse here. Ooh, ouch. Russians where they need to be in order to stop this push. Honey Boo Boo. Moving through the trees, sneaky, sneaky style. Snakes, Shakespeare. Shakespeare of SRR in the fields. Real great tug-of-war battle here on hemp. OMBD.
Squad 1, be advised. Fob
Enemy is on our fob. They fucking got us all for some reason at one go.
Guys,
Popo, can you
Roger
put
that.
down an
We'll
emergency
drop you
fob
another
at your
fob here
location
in a
when this
second.
goes down?
Wait.
Oh, so there's a fob here in
yes,
Saddam's
yes, I will put the emergency for
house. And insurgents find it. Stop the spawn. That means that these guys are going to definitely get insurgents. Will hold farm now, the hemp farm. We're going to probably get into a double neutral scenario as APG gets onto insurgent checkpoint. So that double neutral is at least going to stop the forward momentum.
Good fob. I wanted Popo to do it though, so we can just spawn at the defense.
I'm down right now. I'm down. Guys, I'm down right now.
The killing fields to the north.
Yeah, this is make or break. We need that
Risu.
defense back fast as fucking possible.
Takedown by SSR.
Guys, we will move to Grape Farm. We will spawn back 1 FOB.
Popo says he's moving to Grape Farm, which...
Roger.
Whoa. A lot of warriors. I don't know what they're doing. Oh, they must have had to spawn way back there. Russian army's now neutralizing insurgent checkpoint. We are in a double neutral scenario. So the move back to Grape Farm, I think, was mistimed. These are all these resources and assets that can't really... They might be able to just do a push from here, but I mean... They can't...
We got a possible fob F5, keypad 9.
Roger that. I'll have my guys look into it if you don't want to do it yourself.
We see insurgents kind of spawning around here. Butterfly car saying, HSR, come back, please. Insurgents owning the farm, owning the hemp farm. Still amazingly close game, 196 tickets. Let's take a second and take a look at the stats here. 87 kills for the Russian army, 95 deaths, 88 kills now for Russian army. with Warriors holding on to 31 kills to 34 deaths. APG at 10 kills, 22 deaths. HSR at 47-41 with top contenders, top players. HSR Ritsu with 10 and 6. And War Vulture with 9 and 5. On the Insurgent side, we don't know the breakdown of teams, or of squads rather, but we do see they've got 97 kills and 90 deaths with top players Fear Academy Red 6 with 11 and 6. Fear Academy Irish Rangers with 11 and 6. Old Men Bring Death Von Flexen with 11 and 2. Incredibly defensive game. We see that how tactical that can do and how that can affect your KDR rate. When you play smart, you play slow. It's all about that positioning. So this might be where there's a... So now HSR and War coming in from, this is the more traditional place to attack Hemp Farm. And I like what I see here with War spawning near Lilac Fields. But it looks like they're ready. Nope, maybe not. So they're not looking towards the south. This is exactly what happened before, where the Insurgents were only looking to the north. They weren't looking to the south. And history may be repeating itself. 1 hour, 35 minutes remain. And we may need every minute of it if the tickets still stay.
Squad 1, be advised you have enemies in a building that our fort used to be.
So that's Saddam's house. They're talking about enemies being in that building from HSR. OMBD, realizing there's contact coming up from the south. We see an OMBD member here whose name is impossible to read at the moment. But here they come, the Warriors. Grenades exploding in the fields, but OMBD close to the walls in great cover. More explosions. OMB does down. Floppy off the wall.
Fuck. I don't know. Stand by. Oh, I see him. He's in some trees. He's in some trees. Yeah, run.
Great calling out those targets. Russians moving in on the point. Very good. It looks like this is the end of the Insurgent reign. Let's take a look if the Insurgents are moving back onto their checkpoint. That's the only other place I could think. No, they're not. Oh, no. So this is... Insurgents aren't going anywhere until they can get back their checkpoint. The Insurgent checkpoint. They absolutely need this point. Only guarded by APG Fresnas and APG...
Guys, the five's marked out right
Matt
on the
Damon.
field somewhere.
I don't know if they just can't get there or
Roger
if they're
that.
trying or what's going on here.
Hemp Farm now.
So if Insurgents, which I don't see too many of them coming onto this point, that has to be their #1 priority. Unless they want to double down on Hemp Farm, but that's not going to happen because they've lost that. This could be the moment that swings in the Russians' favor and they can stop the Insurgents in their tracks.
Enemy fob's down.
Russian army now neutralizing Hemp Farm.
Start pushing your guys here if you can.
Oh, APG saying start pushing if you can.
The squad 1, be advised we have contacts from south.
They're calling those south contacts, which are the old men bring death.
Hemp Farm, southwestern side.
These are the callouts that are going to save the Russians from this counterattack. Team kill, Warrior Butterfly Car, and HSR Arabia.
They're inside the green field of hemp farm.
We got a whole rush coming in from the northeast.
Old men bring death. Still up in the fields. Lone survivor. Oh, but there he goes. Down with an explosion from a grenade.
They're capping checkpoint. Need help up here.
APG saying they're capping checkpoint with only one remaining Russian soldier on checkpoint. This is what insurgents are going to need, again, to move forward, keep themselves in the game. Because if they lose this point, it's a foregone conclusion. There's going to be a very
Squad 1, be advised, we have enemies flanking us from west.
rough time if they lose that point. And then more call-outs over here at farm. Hemp farm, rather. There's 2 farms on this map. Grape farm and hemp farm. We're on hemp farm. Calling out being flanked from the west. Here's our 2-man flank team from over here. HSR really putting a lot of attention over there for just the 2 guys. 3 guys now. Nope. Russian army officially capturing hemp farm. Both points still in play here. Actually, no. With the insurgents will be unable to neutralize this point. So all these guys that are here just for the kills, just for the lulls. Until insurgent checkpoint
A
can
full enemy squad on Foxtrot 6, keep head 8.
A tank marks a full enemy squad. Right there. Insurgent forces capturing insurgent checkpoint. This is the push. This is the drive that they needed in order for insurgents to get on this point and start causing a ruckus. Great positioning here by the defenders of the Russians, getting in those buildings to the north. Good spread in those south fields.
I'm trying to dig up the fob on the south. We have enemies close here now.
So there's a south fob they're talking about. A lot of fobs really off the point. This is very interesting. I guess what this allows them to do, however, is get a fob to the north of the point and then way to the south. So still, it's just so tricky. I would almost rather just fight along this line, personally, than really bring, like, this. There's nothing in play here. So it's really tough for me to see, from the North American standpoint anyway, how to get around there. I mean, it's good for flanks there to the south. But really, so much action happens on Hemp Farm. That's where the main show needs to be on this map. Sometimes all it takes is one guy to make a difference, especially if he's one of your top hitters. Speaking of top hitters, let's take a look at the stats. 140 kills on the Russian army, 125 deaths. Warriors with 41, 44. APG 39-38, big jump in kills there. HSR 61-43, another big jump. Insurgent forces, 123 kills, 143 deaths. So very close game. Top scorer guys here. Adam Brady's with 12-3. That's what hunting fobs will do for you. Fez 1990 with 15-4. Ritsu 12-6. On the insurgent side,
we're digging out an enemy fob on my location right now in the Foxtrot 6, keep at 5.
Fox, it's keep 5. Wow. So way south again. The Bloodhound Warriors finding a fob in this field. That's going to be 10 tickets that the insurgents are going to get away from them. Let's see if they spawn on that point. Oh, they're coming back. They're coming back. Now this is what's so strange, right? We've got a big engagement, or really just a micro engagement, of 3 insurgents and 2 Russians. Meanwhile, we've got this point totally in play. So, to me, I would rather just lose the fob as insurgents, just grab 3 guys, wait for it to disappear on the map, and then just drop a new one that I can put even closer. But they're moving in for it, and hopefully that's not gonna hurt them. So 3 insurgents left. I don't think they're moving fast enough to get there unless they lob a grenade or something. We're gonna hear. I'm thinking any second the war's gonna say, "Hey, we got this. We got the fob. Let's go." 159 tickets left for Russians. War goes down. So still not a bad trade. 2 tickets for at least 10. Good resource trade there. Russians firmly owning, dominating.
Enemy fob is down in Foxtrot 6. We got shot
Roger
down,
that,
but we
great
got
job.
it down. They're going to push up to the defense flag from there now.
So Russians now on hemp farm. Good defense on hemp. Insurgents playing it close to the vest now. Close to the suicide vest. Oh, is it bad? That's bad. I'm going to say that again. Because they're insurgents, right? Oh, Lord. APG in the fields, real sneaky like. Love this. This is the way you do a resource trade right here. We got APG Slayer Haver in the fields, taking down 2 guys. So just 1 guy in each of these APG field or in each of these fields, henceforth known as the APG fields, and they're locking down enemy groups either twice, 3, 4, 5 times their size. Oh no, somebody was revived and fell through the map.
HSR, I might want to put down a fob closer to you on the northwestern side. Does that sound good for you?
Man, I just see
What were
If you
you
want
needing
to,
there?
you
I'm
can
sorry,
mark
I had some
location
drops
and I will
going
put it there.
Alright, one at a time. Popo?
Yeah, if you want us to put FOB, just mark the location.
No, I can do that. I'm thinking of doing that if you
Alright.
have any objections.
No, it's fine with me.
Alright, cool. Since the enemies had their fob south, I'm going to put one up north so we can resupply faster in towards the point.
Roger that.
How's it going for you, Adam?
We're trying to push the point. I just died over here. We are having a lot of trouble getting on that point. Do you guys need us to come back and help me defend, or what?
HSR will
Or just keep pushing.
help you if that's fine with war.
Okay, we can swap if you. We can come and defend if you need, but it's not a problem.
You know, like, you have better judgment because you are there, so it's entirely up to you.
I can split my guys in half. One half go to your aid, and one half stay here. This defense point is gonna get us the win if you keep it the whole time. So I don't want to risk everything.
I imagine it like a locker.
Okay, so squad 1, if you set up FOB and resupply, it would then I will move. I will move some of my guys to assist in offensive flag, but we'll stay near hemp farm, so we will be able to attack, to defend. Sorry.
Copy that.
Roger that.
Kind of a halftime pep talk, discussing tactics, adjusting things as we get closer to the 1 hour mark with still 1 hour 22 minutes remaining here. 142 tickets for the Russians, 160 kills to 148 deaths. Insurgent forces at 146 kills, 162 deaths. Insanely close game.
Just start taking my whole squad up to the marker on the map. On Golf 5, keep at 7.
So they're playing the defensive game.
Okay, so we will stay on defensive flag then. All right.
Yes, yes.
This team, the Warriors, APG, and Hussars, they know if they just hold this point, they're going to win due to ticket bleed. And they're right. It's pretty simple. Pretty simple deal. But it's such a complicated effort to do sometimes.
You guys got a lot of contacts coming in from Squad 2's position. They're pushing that stream there.
So the hard part is to be on the defensive and not get focused on the kills. So here are Warriors now. They're pushing way up further than they thought they were going to be. Oh, here's the defensive marker, or the marker they said. So I guess that was my bad. They're holding it up here, and let's see how they stand. If they get a little antsy or if they get a little hungry. SSR, or I'm sorry, SRR rather. Planus. Oh, with a double takedown
Yeah,
at the wall.
find them. They're spawning in north of our position, APG, Adam. So we're gonna find out where their fob
It's
is.
3 down now.
Thank you. Yep.
So this is
Let's,
2 guys.
I mean, we're gonna slow that attack down. We were bleeding tickets out, so we're just trying to defend. They're pushing up this stream where I had the red markers. My guys are trying to get them from coming to you, Squad 3. But if you could help us get a line up here, that'd be great.
2 guys wiping the war squad. Esco taking shots. Eskimo brothers taking shots at SSR on the roof. The roof is on fire. Devastating loss for war in that engagement. Not a great place to engage either. They were just caught in the open around those corners. Insurgents stacking up on the point. Say you're not getting our checkpoint. But unfortunately,
G5, E5-4, all over that.
Keypad 4. It's like right around here. Eskimo Brothers goes down. War moving up now. Hopefully learning their lesson. Fear Academy, Red 6. On the roof. Not a place you want to be known where you're at or not. Red 6 goes up and over, falls, and to his death. Falls to his death. Suicide, Red 6. That's a good time. I missed it by that much. So War now getting a great little defensive position here in this little compound east of Hemp Farm. Insurgents pushing now. Man, they're going to run straight into these war boys again. Now if... it's going to be... oh, man. It's going to be right here again. In the cages. I don't even know what would be here. Like hogs? Like what would be... I guess it'd be... No, not hogs. They don't do pork. Maybe chickens? Those are big chicken coops.
Guys, our fob in Golf 5 is under attack.
I see that.
Copy.
And we have enemies crossing river in Golf 5.
Wow, that was a very
There's an entire squad on that.
aggressive fob. Someone got a little too cheeky with this fob placement here. Right next to Mosque, which is the last point. This is the kind of fob that you place when you're actually on Mosque and you're ready to take it. And it's gone.
Lose it, that FOB, the squad 3 will set up FOB in Foxtrot 5.
So
We
that-
need FOB. Yep, FOB now.
Yeah.
They took it. Sorry about that, guys. They waited until I left.
So there's no
It
FOBs
was good play. It was
Squad
for the
3 is
Russians
ready to
on the
set
map
up FOB.
right now. Except way back here at Grape Farm. There are no active FOBs up. Thank God there are rally points up, but they got to be one thing has to be on the top of their mind right now. They got to be thinking about where's that fob going to go, because every guy that goes down is going to be out of position. 7 spawns left and 7 spawns left, so not horrible, but Squad 2, APG.
Guys, new FOB is up.
There it is. Squad 3 drops the
We
FOB.
also have eyes on enemy fob, I think, right now. We're going to see if we can deal with it.
APG getting engaged again off point. This is where insurgents need to pull back and get onto the objective. 111 tickets.
HSR, you probably will have enemies soon from your north. A
Me-
full squad went from my location towards your north.
Roger that.
So the SRR going through the gigantic mutant chicken coops. Getting gunned down here. Eskimo brothers with some revenge.
All right, my guys are falling back. They're taking shots from the river up there. I will mark them out.
But still not an insurgent to be found here on Hemp Farm, which means the bleed is on. The bleed is real. SRR goes down by Private Platt. Oh, but he dies. I'm not too sure how. Behind him? Oh, yeah. Maybe from behind right here. Not maybe. Maybe bled out. Who knows? Stroke. Heart attack. Needless to say, he's dead. 181 kills, 175 deaths, 173 kills, 182 deaths. Horrendously close. Is that the right word? Can I use horrendously? So close. On the edge of a knife. FA Irish Rangers on the other side here of the war. These murder holes, if Irish was looking, I don't know if the war boys can see him. Like 2 ships passing in the night. Now, I appreciate this defense on Insurgent Checkpoint. I really, really do. Unfortunately, with the ticket they've gotta get an attack ready. And lo and behold, this could be it. Insurgents, great group of guys, a nice squad here. The SRR moving towards Hemp. Oh man, but they're getting engaged here on their way there. By APG. So these are the insurgents. This is towards the cell. I don't really want to leave the actual objectives, but if this is where the action is, let's not beat around the bush here. Lieutenant Traps, Lord Traps of APG with a double takedown. Still 2 OMBDs. Old men bring death. Yes, they're looking towards the actual point. I love it. But, hey, Lord Traps might be flanking them. Takes shots. Drops a fellow APG. I think, did the grenade go out? Oh, grenade at the wall. They're getting there. They gotta get here. This is all that matters. Because they gotta be feeling it. They gotta be feeling this ticket bleed. What are these guys doing? They're just sitting. Oh, there's another big flank. So every second that ticks by here is they gotta be factored in that ticket bleed. big defense. Fear Academy just kind of locking down Insurgent checkpoint. Hopefully, again, they're breaking into those two-man fire teams, leaving a guy or two. War team kill happening there. APG really being where they need to be in order to stop these pushes. One hour, 11 minutes remain in the match. 93 tickets for Russia. 191 kills to 187 deaths to 184 kills, 193 deaths. Lord Traps goes down. But he's not permadeath. Adam Brady's taking shots and dropping the OMBD. And that is a full squad wipe of OMBD brought to you by APG. That northern flank we were just watching the insurgents do, they're just not going towards the point. They're getting stuck in the gigantic mutant chicken pens. Which that's the first time I've ever heard them called that, but that's what they are now. The gigantic mutant chicken pens. SSR moving, or SRR rather. Jeez, why do I want to SSR? That's the wrong acronym. SRR here to the north, exploding, bodies exploding, war pushing up. Ramped, war ramped. If you could just get behind them. But they're pushing. This is what they need to do. They need to get on the point. Go, go, go. 81 tickets remain. 4 Russians. War butterfly car. Getting an angle. Hearing lots of explosions here to the south. Hemp farm still totally fine. Oh, great spread here by insurgents, but just locked down. They're just not going to be able to outkill the ticket bleed. Even with 196 kills, Russian army's still at 201.
Squad 1, be advised, you have contacts west of your position.
HSR, Frez 1990 says we're below. What's he say? We're getting low on tickets, guys. Keep an eye on it. Now that bleed, I just don't know. Insurgents, they need to push on the point. I know they're trying. You can see them try, but they just keep getting locked down. But also they keep doing the same paths. So I don't know if they think that maybe they think they're gonna leave. Great takedown by Fear Academy. They've been playing rather defensively, but with 2 of the top killers of the game, with Red 6 and Irish Rangers at 22 and 10 and 28 and 10. These are the guys that you need to get them on, that you got to start clearing a path. Use them to bulldoze your way into Hemp Farm and at least flip the point, do something so that you can get neutral or just stop the momentum and stop worrying about that back cap. So many insurgents on their defend point. 72 tickets remain for Russia. And then APG just really putting on the pressure here from the south near Mosque. Very interesting place to set up. Very aggressive, very bold move. Which will effectively stop any south flanks.
Got a whole squad right in front of us, squad 1. Right in front of squad 2. Mike and Mike. Whole squad.
So there's the whole squad. 2 guys. 3 guys.
Roger that.
While the rest of the squad moves to the north. I should maybe zoom in, make sure there's nobody else rendering. Still 2 guys. Yeah, just so many insurgents on this point. Which I would hope that somebody by now would realize that they're just going to ticket bleed us. Like somebody get on comms and be like, hey, you know what? They're not hitting us hard. They're kind of trickling in onesie-twosie. And they're not going to win. They're just not going to win unless they dedicate more resources to the capture of hemp farm. This is a good north, very wide north flank here on the insurgents, but they're shooting. They're shooting. I don't know why they'd give away their position.
How's it going up there, Ed?
Oh, man.
It's hot. It's really hot.
You need my help up there, or?
There's a whole squad up here.
Roger that. We're having contact down here as well.
Roger that.
So on a list of things that you should not do when you're trying to sneak onto an enemy point, rule number 1, don't shoot. Like, let them... just let them go. That's the SRR, boys. Unless this is a distractionary tactic.
We got a fob up here where I put the marker at. They're working on it now.
Yeah, the goal, we've got one guy who kind of knows what's going on here. Fear Academy. I believe. Yeah, the defend here on the insurgent side is just not making sense to me. At this point, or it gets to a point where if I'm 63 tickets to go, I got to be all in.
Move off.
There it is. There's the end, guys, with Russian Army winning with 63 tickets.
That's a good game.
215
Good
kills,
game, guys.
217 deaths, 214 kills, 216 deaths.
Good game, guys.
GG.
Again, this was the Warriors, Allied Precise Gunmen. This is the Hussars, Fear Academy, Old Men Bring Death, and Special Reconnaissance Regiment here on Community Clan Fight Night, Week 22 on EU Server 2. Guys, my name is JohnnyOmaha, and we'll be right back after this. But before I go, I just want to give a big shout-out to the men and women of the military for Europe and USA's allies. We want to say big thank you to all of our active duty veterans and reserves. For us, this is just a game, but for them, there are no respawns. So we want to thank them for their service and their sacrifice. My name is JohnnyOmaha. This has been Community Clan Fight Night Week 22. Guys, we'll be right back after this.